Sup nerds, I'm Tom.
I'm Wes.
This game is an absolute panic attack.
Stay Cool is a pretty crazy party game from ILO and Scorpion Mesque, where the subject is trying to answer questions that two people are asking them, the interrogators. And the thing that makes it really challenging is you have to answer both questions simultaneously. And on the left side, you're answering questions using these dice. So it's always like a 3 or 4 letter word. They're using these dice to spell. And on the right side, you're answering the question verbally. But literally, like, the person on the left will ask you the question and start the timer. And while you were trying to answer the question on the dice, the person on the right is yelling their question at you. And if at any point you, stop to focus on one question and you're not doing both at the same time, whoever's you're ignoring starts, asking the question at you again. And pretty much you start yelling at them. And it just overwhelms you so much that, your brain just, goes crazy.
So, for example, one person on the left, let's say there's an invisible person here. One person might be saying, to hurry, and you need to type out. You need to spell it out with these 2 white dice have vowels, and then the rest have consonants. And as you're doing that, then Wes would say,
name 3 trees other than maple and oak.
Okay, and you'd say, other than maple and oak, palm, Christmas, which I think is maple. Oh, it's pine. Okay.
It's a fir.
Anyways, but if it looks like I'm only focusing on just Wes's question, the other person, which is just me again, will repeat, to hurry. And if I give a wrong answer to Wes, I say, I say bush, and that's not a tree. He then repeats the same question back to me. It's not just how many letters in this word? 2, no 3, no 4, no 5. No, I can't just keep rapid firing. So it has to stall. So you're using those different parts of your brain. And also, it's being timed. And in level 1, there's one of the question askers is going to flip this over for you. In level 2, you have to request that before it goes all the way out. It's 30 seconds. You have to request. You have to say flip or time or whatever. But then the third level, the hardest level that nobody can beat, is you're going to put this behind the box. And you have to say flip or whatever before the time runs out. And someone will grab it and flip it. So you have to estimate 30 seconds in your head.
Both doing the dice, answering the verbal questions, trying to think of the answer because, to hurry, you may not think rush immediately. It may take you a second to be like, what? Yeah,
you might be hurry up. You might just type out up. I keep saying type. You might dice out up. The U would be on here, and there's a P, obviously, right? Yeah, boom. And then you put up, and they go, and you'd be like, what? They'd be like, to hurry. And you'd be like, huh? And then this guy's asking you a question again, and then flip up time, because if you don't say anything, the time can run out, and you could only have 30 seconds to do this. Mm-hmm. But also, Wes pointed out that, if there's still, a little bit of sand left, when you say flip, you know what I mean? It might be not exactly 30 seconds, so It might be, terminal velocity. It might be you got 25 seconds and then 20 and then 15 and then 10.
Yeah, but if you got 2 or 3 flips on that when you couldn't
That's
see
amazing.
it, well done.
Amazing. And actually, us talking about it and stuff is great, but let's show you a couple clips of us playing it so you can really feel how absolutely hectic this game is.
What is a young goat called?
A kid.
Temporary folding bed.
How many eyes are there in division?
Temporary folding bed.
How many eyes are there in the word division? Cat, ask.
Synonym for boast.
What is half of 468?
A synonym for boast.
Synonym for boast.
What is half of 468?
A synonym for boast.
Synonym for boast.
You gotta be more mean, Cat.
I'm sorry.
What is half of 468?
234. Synonym for
boast.
Where in the world would you like to live other than here?
Synonym for boast.
Tennessee.
What is the opposite of minuscule?
A synonym for boast.
Significant.
Name 3 songs.
Synonym for boast.
Name 3
Amazing
songs.
Grace, Silent Night, and...
If there's no D, you have the wrong word.
Yeah. Synonym for both.
Name 3 songs.
Birds lay eggs.
Two.
Amazing.
Birds
And
lay
you're
eggs
my
in this.
sunshine.
Birds lay
Yes.
eggs in this.
Oh wait, that's not.
What day is 7 days after April 29th?
May 5th.
What day is 7 days after April 29th?
That's not right.
She's doing red, bro. She's doing
Birds
red.
lay eggs in this.
You broke her.
What day is 7 days after April
The
29th?
opposite of motivated or active.
Oh
The lightning round!
Opposite of alive.
How many letters are there in the word carburetor?
8.
Repeat, yes, master, I obey 5
Place
times.
the dice to show
Repeat, yes.
2 pairs of consonants.
Repeat.
Good game.
What the frick? Say that one more time.
How many letters are there in the word carburetor?
9.
Opposite of alive.
Who here, in your opinion, has the worst driving record?
Sherlock.
Wesley.
Name 3 animated movies.
Cinderella, Frozen, Frozen 2.
How many letters are there in the word carburetor?
6. Say the word pelican, but
Past
invert
tense
with
of
the
shoot.
syllables. Invert the syllables. Say the word
Past
pelican, but
tense
invert the
of
syllables.
shoot. What do news, parchment, glossy, and photocopy have in common? What do
they're
news...
shiny.
British term for villa.
Oh my gosh, fucking it up.
Hey.
I had to pee.
Hey, name 3 insects. When was the last time you ran fast?
Never.
What's the wolf say to the Little Red Riding Hood when she asks why he's got
Time!
such
Ray,
big
you're
teeth?
done.
That's a good one.
So
He did-
technically, if I am working on the dice, you don't have to ask again. But you do whatever makes
know
you happy.
what?
If you can't tell, we had a fantastic time playing this game. Like, honestly, I felt kind of like almost like a weight was lifted off my chest because it was so overwhelmingly stressful that, like, I just felt so good at the end of it. I'm just like, oh, go!
Now, granted, the only negative is this game is not going to be for everybody. That feeling he got, I mean, if you are one of those prone to anxiety in this type of situation, people, it's not going to be great. Like our buddy Ray couldn't really do it.
But he still had a fun time with it, though. But
Yeah, I think afterwards he was like, yeah, I guess I liked it. I think he was just saying that to make us happy.
yeah, the other negative that I would have is if you just don't know the answer to the question. Like, I know, like when we were playing with Ray, it was like another word for typeface, which is font, but he like didn't know what typeface was.
Yeah, he couldn't. Font wasn't going to come into his brain, not because he's stressed, but because he didn't follow the question.
Yeah, and I've seen a few of these where it is something where like you have to know information that could hang you up. But it's such a light, silly game that.
And also those are few and far between. But also you can pass. You can pass once. You do lose. Come on. You do lose 30 seconds when you do it. Even though what I just did there, I gained 30 seconds. You do lose 30 seconds when you do it, and you can't do it on round 4. But those are like edge cases, and I don't know. This game's so loosey goosey with the rules. You can just be like, if they say something close enough,
Yeah. But anyway, fantastic game. It might be one of my favorite party games I've played.
It really be this and Decrypto and Codenames.
But even like those are like game, like this is a party. Like this is a loosen up icebreaker. Like everyone's going crazy. It's wild. People look like idiots. Like
another potential negative is it is really like 3 players. It's 3 to 7. It's only 3 players playing at a time. You have other players that are mostly just like watching, which could be fine. I mean, it could be a very party environment, but know that there isn't any, like what we just described to you, that's the game. There's no real variant of like, and 4 players do this and 5 players do that. Not really. So another potential negative, like granted, these negatives, I guess that if this game's just not for you, that's like a real something to consider. But really, I think this game is absolutely fine. If any of what we were talking about in this video sounds interesting to you, we 100% recommend that you click the purchase link in the description box down below. Get yourself a copy.
also recommend that you play it on a Game Topper. Click the link below that. Check those out.
Also, while you're down there, subscribe to our channel so you will never be bored.
Bored.